Before we dive into another lovely edition of Dudes with Brews on the Porch, a podcast that you clearly love listening to, make sure you're taking advantage of all the cool stuff going on at Podcoin and listening to the show on Podcoin. It's an application where you can listen to the show and all your other favorite podcasts. It's pretty cool. If you like it, they'll pay you to listen to us. Podcoin is the app that pays you to listen to this podcast and every podcast. It's the podcast player that pays, son. Just get the Podcoin app on your iPhone or Android. It's free, easy to use. You can use Podcoin to earn and claim gifts, gift cards, or donate to charity. It's so easy to do, so amazing to do. Turn your podcast listening into charity. Or if you just like stuff like Amazon gift cards or Starbucks gift cards, you can get that stuff too. You can bank it to get some other cool stuff as well. Go to Podcoin and download it. Get the app and use the promo code Dude Brews. Dude Brews is the coin thing, the word. You get 300 bonus Podcoins just for signing up and using that code. 300 Podcoins just for using the code Dude Brews on Podcoin. Yep. Okay.
Was I supposed to say something?
Craft brews and casual conversations. I almost forgot the tagline, Rob.
I thought you were gonna let do all every other word.
I sincerely
he's
forgot.
giving me my shot.
I sincerely forgot. I'll let you do it.
If you heard the intro, the 3 intros that I recorded for the bonus episode that we haven't released yet.
You did 3?
I did 3 versions, 3 takes. I did 7 takes. I deleted 4 of them.
All right.
I had to make it sound spontaneous, so no one knew that I did multiple takes. Now it defeats the purpose. But
for those of you that don't know, this is Dudes with Brews on the Porch.
To hear the greatest show of your life.
Dude.
Dudes with Brews on a porch with Rob and Drew.
Yeah, we finally got to it. There we go. Cue the intro.
I didn't say what we were drinking. We're getting into the winter. Fucking Christ.
It's gonna be a long episode.
Where are we? I don't even. What year is it? Summer. That's the word I'm looking for.
Summer brews.
Summer
nights.
Summer nights. Summer brews. We got the seasonal summer. Beers coming out, hitting the shelves. And so I tried to grab, I had to restock. A funny thought today. I had to go refill the beer. We ran out. And
Drew, just so everybody knows, Drew takes care of all of the beer cost on the show. I do none of that.
That's all right.
And his face said differently than what.
No, it's fine. I went there. I went to festival because unfortunately, they have like the biggest beer. Unfortunately.
Sometimes you got to go to festival.
They have I like festival fine, but they have the biggest beer selection in town. The place that I really liked going, of course, goes out of business. What was I saying? Oh,
beer, summer nights, summer brews.
I went there at like 9:30 in the morning, and I'm just thinking it was raining outside. I was just like, I wonder how despicable I look walking in strictly into the beer entrance side of the store, like because it has its own entrance.
Yep.
And then in the middle of a storm at 9:30 in the morning to buy a 6-pack of mix and match beer, and to my joy, there was numerous people in there.
No, yeah. That's what that thing I tweeted. They're doing this whole thing on the in Wisconsin. That's not a big deal. In a different state, apparently, it would be a big deal.
Yeah.
I just heard today that apparently nationally, to have a beer with a politician, or if a politician has a beer with somebody, it's considered cliche. It's considered a faux pas. But in Wisconsin, it's like a badge of honor,
right,
for the politician to have a beer with somebody or at a place or whatever.
Well, this beer here is a seasonal beer from Left Hand Brewing Company. in Longmont, Colorado. I think we've had them before. It's a raspberry milk stout. I tried to get something different here, Rob. I got a couple different ones for the next few weeks here.
I like it. It sounds good.
It smells really good. So let's talk about it a little bit. It's a stout with raspberries added to it. If you couldn't figure it out by the name.
Wait.
Raspberries. Yeah.
Interesting.
It's a stout.
It's an interesting name choice.
With raspberries in it.
Is there milk in it?
There might be a little lactose in it. Roasted coffee notes combined with raspberries and chocolate malt for creamy decadence.
Coffee notes?
Yeah, stouts usually are.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep.
You think after however 30 episodes, I would know that by now?
That's all right. You'll learn one day.
Today.
5.7% alcohol, 23 on the IBUs. Ingredients. Are you ready for this? Rocky Mountain water. This ain't no regular fucking water. From straight out of the Rockies, son.
Yeah, it's a Colorado beer. It's got to get Colorado Rocky water.
It's got malted barley, lactose, flaked oats, hops, raspberries, and yeast. Yeah.
I could make that.
Left Hand Brewing Company, employee owned.
I'm lefty.
Righteously.
I use my left hand.
Righteously independent. Let's talk about the beer a little bit here, Rob. So it has a nice, I think a red tint to it.
It's really got a deep maroon hue.
It does. It smells good. It doesn't look like a stout. You said it smells like a wine a little bit.
Now that it's sat for a little bit, no, it still smells kind of like a wine to me.
All right. So the last time we had a raspberry type beer, it was the Rubaeus, and I was not fond of it.
No, and I have those still. I've taken one out of the fridge to crack and didn't crack it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will drink them. I just haven't yet. That's good. That's good. Much better.
It doesn't. Yeah, it's much better.
The balance between the raspberry taste and the stout taste is like really good.
It's like perfect.
Yeah,
it really is. It's very well blended. We've talked about before. I enjoy stouts, but they're not my go-to. This doesn't have that. It doesn't have that heaviness to it or anything like that.
Not as filling tasting so far. Doesn't hit you like a stout.
And it doesn't. The raspberry isn't overpowering, but it's very present.
It's very present throughout, right up front and through the aftertaste. But yeah, not over. Like this is a really good balance. Can't give it enough
love. Tip of the hat to Left Hand Brewing.
Yeah, nicely done, gentlemen and ladies.
You know, it's a good thing to be. Are you left-handed?
I am.
You're like wasn't that like a thing back in the day? If you were left-handed, they tried to.
Yeah, my
nuns
dad
would whack you with a ruler.
My dad went through that.
Really?
Yeah, he is left-handed, and he does everything left-handed, but he writes right-handed because he went to a Catholic school and they beat it out of him. He eats right-handed and he writes right-handed, but he's technically he's left-handed. He would have written left-handed except
right.
Or no, I feel like maybe I have that backwards. Maybe they couldn't get it. Like maybe I forget now. Now that I'm thinking about it,
maybe he does everything right-handed but writes left-handed.
Yeah, it's something like that. They tried to make him, right-handed, but he couldn't do that. But everything else he does right-handed.
It's interesting because I use I write right-handed, but I feel like I do more with my left hand. I know that sounds weird.
No, there's some things that it's weird because being left-handed, I come across things where it's like, okay, when I golf, I golf left-handed, so I know that I can't share clubs with people. But
how do you,
when it's frisbee, like frisbee golf, yeah. I always forget what hand I use.
How do you know what is left-handed in a golf club? Is it left hand on top or bottom?
I don't know. I just know it's which way you have the face of the club going. Let me think.
I think I have my right. No.
I put my left hand on the bottom.
I put my...
Yeah, your dominant hand goes down.
Okay, then yeah, I do. Then I do right-handed.
But I'm I'm pretty sure... I
think.
Let's see. I had this weird thing with baseball where I catch left-handed, but I throw left-handed.
Oh, okay.
So like I would have to catch it and then take the glove off and throw it.
Sure.
I had to relearn how to catch as a lefty, which means you catch with your right hand, and you throw with your left hand.
Right. Yeah. Interesting.
But yeah, no, my dad. Well, and technically it's my stepdad. My real dad is left-handed too. I should say my biological whatever. But but he does everything left-handed except for plays guitar right-handed, I believe.
I feel like a lot of people do that too.
Yeah, I play bass right-handed. I used to play a left-handed bass upside down right-handed because being left-handed, the first bass that I got I got it as a gift, and it was a lefty, and I for whatever reason I just played right-handed.
Bubba Watson, left-handed golfer.
Yeah, yep.
Russ Cochran, also.
Phil Mickelson, also.
Is he?
Yes.
All right, cool. Left-handers are rare, but comes from a pretty unique personality traits according to researchers. Do you know that?
I did not.
Well, now you know.
Thank you.
According to GoodHousekeeping.com.
Who would have known that we've looked for topics all the time, and we could have just gone to left hand versus right hand.
15% of the population are lefties. There's a place called Left Hand, and it's not the brewing company. It's in West Virginia.
Is that like lefty scissors and corkscrews and?
I don't know.
Because I know this. I know, like, did you know that I think it was Michelangelo or Da Vinci was left-handed, and he wrote in mirror writing so that he didn't smear his ink. So he wrote backwards from right to left. Not
really?
So I don't know if it's mirror writing, but he would write, which there's certain, like I learned how to write my name and sign my name that way from the S to the R. So my last name would be Phillips. So I would sign it backwards. To the and I could write it that way too. And I didn't have I don't have a problem with the spelling there. I have a problem with the spatial. Like you have to.
Oh right.
It's like it's really hard to do in terms of like, because obviously normally when you write, you hit the end of the sentence wherever you had it, and then you go down to the next line. You have to start at that point and go backwards. So like you have to know your spatial awareness.
You're in the club with Babe Ruth, Bill Gates, Ringo Starr, Angelina Jolie, and Tina Fey. Even Oprah and Justin Bieber. All right.
Not happy about that one.
You don't like Justin Bieber?
I don't know. I have no reason not to like him. I have no. I only heard one of his songs ever.
He's got some catchy tunes. Not all of them. Yeah.
I feel like it's not his fault that he turned into who he did.
I think he's pretty normal now, actually.
Good. I'm glad
he went through a rough patch. I mean, you gain popularity and fame at such a young age.
Yeah,
you don't even know how to fucking
no
live.
No chance.
Right. But he's I think he's cleaned up. He's married. He stays out of the.
And really, we all go through that period. It's just not televised.
Right.
We all go through a rebellious, like, I'm going to do whatever. It's just we don't all have millions of dollars to go, shut up, Mom, I'm getting a tattoo and there's nothing you can do about it, or I'm not going to pay the mortgage.
Right.
So then he has a neck tattoo. Right?
Maybe.
I feel like he has a neck tattoo.
It's possible.
Neck tattoos, they're growing on me.
Yeah, I see. I've watched a lot of neck tattoos in this show, Jailbirds.
Yeah, I see.
You walked in and you said it made you uncomfortable. A reality TV show about predominantly women in prison. They have some guys in there too. It's interesting. It's a whole new world to me. I've never experienced prison or jail. Never even been in like a holding cell. Never even been arrested.
Have you been in the back of a cop car?
Nope.
I was.
Were you?
Yep. It's a funny story, but I don't know if you want me to tell it on this.
Why?
It's got some drug-related.
I don't care. I mean, if you're comfortable telling it, go ahead.
Well, yeah, I'm comfortable telling it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. The only time I've ever been in the back of a cop car, I was drinking. I used to work a really weird shift at a place here in town. I would work 6 p.m. to 2 a.m.
Okay.
And so I would get done with work, and all my friends would already be doing whatever they were doing. This is when I was a lot younger, and in the weird. It's there's not a lot to do where we're from, so So like, and I used to be big into White Russians and the Big Lebowski.
I like when I turned 21, I gained my love for the White Russian.
Yeah, yep. So I got done with work, and they're expensive. It's
I like
expensive.
Black Russians too.
Oh, me too, definitely. But there's some jokes that we didn't make there. Doesn't matter.
It's a real thing.
Yes, it is. So I got done with work, and like, think about. I will say this, just a side note. Like White Russians, if you're the guy that buys the stuff, like you are spending a lot of money, and everybody always wants one.
I for a period of time, Rob, I bought the supplies for White Russians.
Yeah, it's
and I made them at home.
I would make. Well, my house was a party house.
In pint glasses.
Half and half with half vodka, half Kahlua, and then just top it with a little cream, right?
Or milk.
Yeah. I use half and half, but
yeah. I
guess it's technically not half vodka, half Kahlua for those people that want to get real serious out there. It's like 45% vodka, 45%, not even 47.5%.
I don't know.
And 47.5%. And then 5% half and half.
I did 2 shots of each and topped it with some.
Oh yeah,
creamer.
I just did like half the glass with vodka, topped it almost all the way off with Kahlua, and then topped it off.
Creamer on the top.
Creamer, yep. Yeah, so I just like living in that house where not because I was popular, but because my roommate was popular. We didn't have to call people. People just showed up to party at our house all the time.
All right.
And I would get home with my White Russian supplies, and everybody wants one. Nobody understands that it costs a lot.
Like $40.
Yeah, when you go through all your alcohol for White Russians in one night, and then you're like, well, how am I going to drink tomorrow? Like, because I was young and I didn't have a lot of money. Still don't, but I don't drink now as much. No liquor. Anyway, so I get done with work. Everybody's kind of already drinking, so I decided I was gonna do White Russians because I kept on getting. I think it was probably a Friday, and I would get home from work, and everybody would already be pretty good and whatever. So I'd have to play catch up. White Russians are perfect for catch up because they get you drunk really fast.
Mm-hmm.
So
fries are good with ketchup too.
What's that?
Huh?
Onion rings?
I said fries are good with ketchup
onion
too.
rings too. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I made and drank a White Russian, and then my buddy, my best friend at the time, he asked me if I could give his girlfriend a ride home at this is like 2:30 now. And I was like, I don't drink, I would not drink and drive, and I still won't. I'm very against it. And I was like, I'm sorry, I already had a drink, and
right.
And I basically what I told him was, all right, well, I will eat something and drink a bunch of water, and we'll see how I feel in an hour.
Yeah.
Right. So I did that, and an hour later, it was like, okay, I was like, okay, I didn't feel very drunk to begin with. I think I was only doing pint glasses, so like a pint glass drink, so it wasn't that much. But he then asked, hey, can I come with, and will you give me a ride to my parents' house to get a phone charger? I didn't want to do it, but he's like, hey, I'll give you some ecstasy. I'll give you a couple tabs of ecstasy. I was like, I'll just pop those bad boys right now. They'll be hitting me right when I get home, right when I get back.
Oh, man.
Done drinking for the night.
It's just getting real here.
I told you there's a drug. So we go to his parents' house first, and I pull into the driveway, and he goes and gets his phone charger, and we're laughing and telling jokes and whatever. And then he gets back in the car, and I go to back out of his parents' driveway. Now, where his parents live in town is north by the park, and very little light in terms of street lights over there, and then there's like these big oak trees or whatever they're called with shade. His parents have a car that literally the hue of the car is midnight blue, and they had parked it directly behind their driveway in a shadow, so I literally could not see it, and I backed into the door of their car. His older brother saw it, called the cops, not knowing that it was me that hit the car. So I pulled over, and the cop shows up. He has to get a statement from them, so he puts me in the back of his
cop
car.
Rub in the car, and you're like, this feels great.
Not yet. Not yet. So I'm in the back of the cop car. He goes and takes a statement, and he comes back to me and he goes, all right, well, he's like, I know that this isn't part of it, but I can smell vodka. So I know you've been drinking.
Sure.
And I was underage. I was under 21. I was over 18, under 21. And he goes, I don't think it contributed. You don't seem drunk. I don't think it contributed to the accident, but I got to take you down for a breathalyzer to the station. And he was really cool about it. And then he, like, you know, I'm in the back of the cop car and he gets in to drive me to the station. That's when the ecstasy hit in. And that's when I started really, like, I was like, man, you're just doing your job. It must suck to be a cop. How's your family? I seriously asked him about his kids. His kid had just graduated from college. I was good friends with that cop by the end of that ride, but I seriously, I was like, it's so like ridiculous. Like, it hit me right as soon as we left. So I'm like basically like just a chatterbox of love and just like good energy and love in the back of this cop car.
Oh man, I've never even seen ecstasy.
I used to take it.
I never would.
I'm
hesitant to take an Advil.
Yeah, well, here's the crazy thing. For all the drugs I've done, I used to never take pain relievers. Tylenol, aspirin, Advil, cough medicine.
I don't like all that stuff. I don't like taking medicine.
Yeah, it was like I didn't like taking medicine that would make me feel better. Only medicine that would fuck my life up.
I would never.
And it did for you kids listening. Don't do drugs.
I've been pretty concerned about a couple of my friends before and their recreational drug use, and you know, I a lot of times people give me a lot of shit about it back in high school because I was very clean.
Oh yeah,
like,
you were.
I just, you know, I wasn't into it.
No,
I really wasn't.
Yeah, you were not.
And
I always admired that about you.
And then, wow, I mean,
this is before we were good. Like you were best friends with my younger brother, so you were part of my younger brother's friends. But
right.
Like, there was this thing that was like when my younger brother and your guys' friend group started to go down that road of like trying this and trying that, and you didn't go with them.
Yeah.
That was admirable to me.
Oh, thank you. I've smoked weed since, you know.
I remember seeing that happen once, and you were just like screaming or something.
I wasn't screaming. I was just telling funny stories.
I remember you being very. Maybe I misread the
I don't
room,
know.
But,
I couldn't tell you.
You were drinking too then.
Yeah.
I think that's how they got you to do it. Because you had been drinking quite a bit.
The first time I did it was in college, and and still I've never even gotten to the extent of some people, which I don't really care. I don't care that people do it every day. I don't give a shit about weed. But like, yeah, other recreational drugs, no, I still have no interest in them, and I would be rather uncomfortable if somebody busted out like some fucking cocaine. I'd be like,
oh yeah, no,
get away from me.
I would be uncomfortable if somebody busted out cocaine.
Yeah.
I hate being around cocaine.
I've never been around it, never seen it. But
the only thing I'll advocate for, and this might make people not like me or whatever, if you can get your hands on a good clean hit of acid.
Oh my god.
So everybody in their life should do it once.
Nope.
I'm not trying to tell you. I'm not trying to push it on you. I'm just saying it opens your mind and makes you think a really cool way. You can get there.
Joe Rogan agrees with you.
Yeah, I think a lot of people that have done it would understand that, because it's not what people make it out to be.
Right.
You don't see things that aren't.
I know
there
it's.
And stuff
I know
like
it's
that.
different than what people say. I don't know.
But somebody like you, I actually wouldn't recommend do it because the stigma that you put on yourself doing things like that, and it's not a bad thing. This isn't but that can put you in a headspace that's going to be bad for doing that kind of stuff.
I've even I'm a guy that enjoys beer and drinks, at least once a week. I've even given a good friend of mine a pretty serious talk about my concern about him drinking. I enjoy drinking with this person.
And I told you I only drink one beer a week. It's not that big of a deal.
It wasn't you, but I told I sat him and it was funny because we were at a bar,
That's a great place for an intervention.
It wasn't an intervention, but I was just like,
did you intervene in his drinking?
No, he was drinking a beer with me, and I just said, I just said, I gotta say, I worry about you a lot because the shit you tell me that's happening, like it's not like a normal person doesn't do this, and you can't like you gotta get your shit together, man. Because I don't want something bad to happen to you.
Well, yeah, cautionary tale. That guy that I gave a ride and hit his parents' car. He went down a road on a few different occasions. One time when his mom asked me to hang out with him all night because she was worried that he wasn't going to make it through the night.
Uh-huh.
Another time that I got done with work on that same 2 a.m. shift.
Yeah.
Everybody was downstairs, and some of them were on shrooms, some of them were on ecstasy. And I was like, I'm not going to say this guy's name because, but they're like, I was like, hey, where's he at? And they were like, oh man, we're glad. Or no, I'm sorry, I came in the door, and they were all like messed up on this and that, and I knew that they were doing stuff because I had texted a few people, and right away another buddy of mine came up to me and was like, hey, so and so did a bunch of pills and he's just sitting upstairs by himself. Playing Tiger Woods or something. And I was like, what are you guys letting him why would you let him go do that by him? Like, so I ran upstairs by him, and he was like he had like a jar that was full and it was empty of like different things.
Sure.
And so I sat with him for that night or whatever, and long story short, cautionary tale, he's dead now.
Oh.
And that was a very tough thing for me to go through with that, because I had stopped talking to him for a year or so.
Yeah.
And
just getting real right now.
Yeah, no. He was a great guy. I loved him. And
I'm sorry. I think a lot of people, people that use drugs or whatever get a bad reputation. They're 99% of the time they're good people.
Yeah, I will say this: the thing that for him is that he quit. He got clean.
Oh, sure.
And then he was drinking and he made a bad decision.
Yeah.
And for anybody that gets clean, especially, like, please, like, be careful if you drink, because your tolerances don't stay where they were.
Yeah.
He did one pill and passed away. And this is somebody that I had seen take more than I've ever seen anybody take.
Right.
And it's like, so yeah, please, if you've gone through an addiction or anything like that, don't assume that your tolerances stay the same, because and be very careful when you get drunk, because your willpower and your inhibitions are,
I have that when it comes to like willpower and stuff like that. I just eat a lot of Taco Bell when I'm drunk. Eat a lot of food.
Oh, and as far as problems to have,
I mean, it's not a good.
It's worse. That's the worst you can have is the Taco Bell craving. That's I don't know how we got on this.
We got on the topic because
we're talking about that show.
We're talking about the show Jailbirds here on Netflix, and I don't know why I'm just like very intrigued by it, because it's like you look at, you shouldn't judge a person or whatever by their looks or whatever, but it's like you were even saying like you're like. Can
I just say though, real quick? Isn't it a little okay to judge somebody by their face, their facial tattoo?
Depending on what it is.
I'm joking, but seriously, yeah, like don't judge a book by its cover. But a face tattoo, you're pretty safe if you judge them based on it,
Or if they have like a neck tattoo, but no tattoo anywhere else.
Yeah, that's a little. The neck tattoo. I've seen some that really look good. Good, yeah.
Yeah, I have too. I actually when I was younger wanted a neck tattoo.
I'm noticing that you have more tattoos than I ever thought that you had.
Oh, really?
Because it's summer, you're wearing shorts and short sleeves. And let me see that bicep tattoo.
I'm getting all that covered up one day.
Oh, why?
Because
you don't like the heart?
I like the heart. That thing was drawn.
Is that supposed to be clouds or waves?
Clouds.
Or
clouds.
Okay, it looks like both. Gotcha.
The bird was drawn by somebody.
You've got the alien from Toy Story.
Yeah.
Looks like you need a little touch up on there.
Maybe.
I'm just gonna say for the listener, these are very tastefully done tattoos.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He pulls them off quite well. I like the hourglass with the dragon.
It's a Lawrence Arms tattoo. the band, the Lawrence Arms.
Oh, okay. I like that. I have like 2 or 3 hourglasses at my house just because I like the image of an hourglass.
But I'm just fascinated by the show because I'm more intrigued by the way that people behave, and in a sense, it just reminds me of like working in like retail or something like that, because it's just all like this. It's just weird. I don't know how to explain it. I really don't. And it just seems like they're, you could have a regular conversation with some of these people, and then out of nowhere they go and fucking shank somebody.
Yeah.
And it's just, and they're
some of the stories that I've heard from you from your job, which I'm not going to say.
Nobody has gotten shanked.
But seriously, I mean, you had a guy that threatened another dude to beat a dude up in the parking lot, and like those personality types are definitely in your employee pool.
Maybe
those like high octane, don't disrespect me, alpha male type personalities. You definitely manage some of those people.
Yeah, just some stressful days, but it's just really, it's weird. I don't know how to describe it. It's just like how, to me, it just shows that like the prison system in America, at least I can't speak for other countries, and I can only speak on what essentially you could consider propaganda, based on your interpretation of what you're watching.
Yeah, all prisons are different. Whatever.
It just seems like it's not working. Obviously,
I don't think too many people would disagree with you there.
And it's just like I'm just watching these people, and some of these people are about to get out. It's a reality show, and it's like,
but it's even like that. The one of the storylines that it just showed right before we turned it off, there was a fight, and one of the inmates went to go help break up the fight. She got in trouble for it.
Right.
Now, if you're trying to rehabilitate somebody, that should be rewarded.
Yeah.
But if you're just trying to, like dominate and show your power over these people, then you say, no, you should have called a guard.
Because then, it's interesting. So had that happened on the sidewalk outside.
Yeah.
You're walking down the street, you see somebody, 2 people fighting, and you try to break them up, and you stop something from progressively getting worse, you're a hero.
Yeah, even in that situation, whether it's on the sidewalk or in that prison, in that room
you're
of
just
the
trying
prison,
to help.
If you go, oh God, and run into your house and call 911, or run into your cell and push the intercom button and say there's a fight, you have no idea that whether or not somebody's 2 seconds away from pulling out a knife and killing somebody, and you could stop that from happening if you're the type of person that's willing to run into the fray. Like me, I would maybe try and talk him down from a distance behind a car. Hey, excuse me.
I'm walking.
Violence is never the answer.
I don't know, I'm just interested in like documentaries like that. Even like the true crime ones, obviously, because it's worlds that I will never be in. I don't know how I would ever get to prison. I'm just not.
I like true crime documentaries and stories of true crime,
so I can learn how to get away.
But I'm not gonna. Let's cut that out. I don't want people to know why I'm not. That's not why I live. That's not why I watch them. But these prison shows and reality, like especially prison reality shows and stuff, like they make me super uncomfortable. I don't know why.
Yeah, me too.
They really just make me like. Well, it's the same reason that like I have to fast forward through parts of movies where people are showing emotion, like
or singing,
like falling in love, or singing, especially. I can't.
So you can't watch musicals.
Musicals are a little bit different. It's where it's
part of like the narrative.
Yeah, if it's like the characters are all singing and it's part of the narrative, but like if it's somebody that like in the context of the show is just like
they're trying to comfort someone.
Yeah, I'm gonna sing right now. I'm like, when somebody puts themselves out there on that limb, I gotta fast forward.
It makes
I can't watch it.
I can watch it, but it makes it. I cringe and I get really uneasy. Like I don't like it. Like
I think we brought this up, but the Dundies, the episode of The Office, the Dundies, can't watch it.
Really?
Yep.
That's funny.
Can't
though.
watch it.
That's funny to me. But like in like serious moments, like, you know, granted this isn't like a fucking Oscar-worthy film, but War of the Worlds. There's a scene where Tom Cruise.
I won an Oscar.
He's trying to he's trying to comfort his daughter, so he starts singing, nervously singing, and I'm just like, I don't like this.
Yeah,
I don't like it. I understand that too, and I also don't like it when movies like make me feel. That's why probably I like comedy so much, just because I like laughing, but like movies that make me want to like cry and choke up, I hate it. Fucking hate it.
I don't mind that if it's
I'm a man.
if it's the right type of movie or whatever.
It happens.
Like, you know, I'm finding out like because there's it for a while. It took like I didn't cry even like when I was younger. I would cry. I could listen to certain songs like "Where Do the Children Play" by Cat Stevens. It always made me cry a little bit. And like
Wild World always makes me cry.
Really?
No.
Oh well, I'm being serious, but
I know you are.
Yeah, so there's songs that like would seriously like you know that would do that, but and then same with movies. But then for a long time like that went away where nothing would make me cry really. Things would make me unbelievably sad, but not to that point. And then like recently I've found that the thing that like a couple things that make me cry now, and that's like. So, like this idea of children being like seeing your kid for the last time or seeing your kid for the first time after not seeing them for a long period of time, like that'll get me.
Yeah.
I don't even have kids. I don't know. Weird.
You're just a loving individual.
I guess so. I think it's my niece, really. I think it's because of my niece.
Your niece?
My niece. I have three.
Three nieces?
Well, four.
Nieces.
Nieces? Is it nieces?
Yeah.
That doesn't.
Niece.
Yeah, multiple.
I have many nieces.
Yeah, many nieces. Yeah, I think that's once Bethany was born, the oldest. Well, technically not the oldest because Kiara was married she was 5 or 6 when she became my step niece, but. I don't.
Your niece.
Yeah. But like from infant, from being an infant, like once I had a niece born, that's when that kind of changed.
Yeah. It's time to you have a
little cheers.
You have something to bring up in this week's edition in Cheers.
When two negative assholes decide to become positive Pete's, it's time for this week's edition in Cheers.
Okay, we don't have to wait for it.
No.
I
thought in post.
Post.
Right.
Okay, so we didn't last week. We I know we didn't.
Rules are in place for the strange brews. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. We didn't do anything for the Mother's Day or whatever. So
we should have. That was my bad.
It's
we should have talked about mothers that kill their kids for strange brew.
Yeah, that would have been just beautiful for Mother's Day. That would have been the equivalent to a dozen white roses and a box of chocolates. But it's my mom's birthday tomorrow, so when this airs, it'll be my mom's birthday.
Oh, nice.
So the cheers is to mothers everywhere. Obviously mothers are important, except for to Drew, who had 2 dads. That was a joke. You can edit it out if you want to.
I have a mom.
Because you definitely have a mom. I know it was a joke. It was a freaking joke. I don't know why I felt the need to not swear there, but consciously I was like, can't say fuck. But yeah, no. And I just want to say happy birthday to my mom. She in my opinion, greatest mom ever.
She's a good lady.
I have a great relationship with her. I call her almost daily. Anytime I have a question about how to buy stovetop stuffing or how to do the laundry or anything, she's the person. I don't even Google things. I just call my mom. 32 and mom is my Google, and that I can't pay her a bigger compliment. She always answers and she always gets back to me if she doesn't, and I couldn't imagine not having
right. Your mom has played a very important role in my life.
I think in a lot of all of your guys, you're like my younger brother's friends group, and not so much my friend group.
She She often calls me her sixth son.
Yes, she does.
And I always call her my surrogate mom.
Yep, she's great.
She's a good lady.
Yep. So cheers to you, Mom.
Cheers
happy
to
birthday,
you, Mom.
happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. As offensive as this may come off, I'm sorry, but you got nothing on my mom. All you moms out there, you got nothing on my mom. I'm sure you're great, but my mom's better.
All right. Your mom can beat up their mom.
Yes. Yes. My
Cool,
mom
man.
can beat up their mom's mom. Wait, what?
I don't know.
Anyway, yeah. So the other, do you have anything that you wanna, or you just want to get in on that mom cheers, Mother's Day cheers?
We can do that.
Does your mom listen to the show?
Sometimes, yeah. She thinks it's funny.
Should I shout my mom out by name? Is that
If you want, I don't care. Dawn.
Yeah, Dawn Morrissey. She's the best mom in the world.
She on Twitter? Follow her.
Yeah, follow Dawn
At
Morrissey.
Rob's mom. No,
Yeah,
that's not what it is.
I'll start a Twitter for Rob's mom.
It was interesting. So I ran a 5K with Madison last Saturday for Girls on the Run. It's pretty fun. I made her run the whole time. Which might make me a terrible dad, but
it makes you a terrible person because no one likes running except for you. And
she's 10,
and
I made her run.
Nobody should be subjected to it unless there's something chasing.
I made her run the whole time. We crossed the finish line together. She was holding my hand.
No, I'm just joking. That's awesome, man.
Yep. I think she was getting real pooped, and I was like, I was teaching her how to pace herself. You gotta pace yourself. Don't go too fast, but. She did it.
That's
really,
a
really proud of her.
Good life lesson. It teaches willpower. It teaches goal setting and goal reaching. It teaches how to pace yourself. You have to do that in everything.
And then I went on another run by myself the other day on a different path than I normally take.
Individual.
And I saw a cardinal
again
on a different path though.
Oh wow!
Completely other side of the city.
We need to mark this cardinal somehow.
Yeah, how do we do that?
Spray paint.
Spray paint
just
orange.
off the top of my head. There it is. I saw the orange Oreo. They're all orange. No, this one I spray painted, so I know it's the one.
I don't know. I just thought it was like.
No, we just talked about. Oh, we should do a shout out. Did you see the tweet that somebody actually tweeted and gave us their reincarnation?
No, really?
Yeah, they said they would be reincarnated. I'll let you pander while I do this, but I do know that they said, because this made me laugh a little bit. They said they wanted to be, if they could be reincarnated as anything, super intelligent pandas, because the idea of an intelligent panda with a beer is amazing.
Oh, really? A super intelligent panda. It was on Twitter?
Yep.
Another person responded on Instagram.
I like this. I like that the listeners are getting involved. I want them to get involved more.
Yes, it made me happy. I felt good about it. I don't know. I'm not seeing the reply.
I know it's on here.
You sure it's on Twitter? Maybe it's on Facebook?
I'm pretty sure it's on Twitter, man.
Oh, I don't know. But
because I wouldn't get the Facebook update.
Maybe you would.
Oh, well, check the Facebook and I'll check the Twitter real quick. And we'll edit this out.
Our friend Brent, who's been on the podcast before, he replied that he would like to be reincarnated as a human-pig hybrid chimera.
The human can't be in there.
Oh,
I'm just joking.
That's
I'm
why
joking.
You're right. Those were the rules.
But still, I don't want to shame anybody or tell them they did wrong, because I'm glad that they we went. What I said a pet dog, and what'd you say?
A bird.
Did you go with the cardinal? I thought you changed
Cardinal?
it.
I don't know. I don't remember, dude.
But still, like
my memory is horrible.
We went with these super kind of laid back, whatever. We didn't go crazy with it, but but these people that got back to us, they definitely did.
Yeah, thank you very much for participating with us and being our friends and making us feel loved.
Can we pause for a sec?
You want to pause for a second?
I want to find this real quick because I
Okay.
feel like they deserve.
We can't find the tweet. There was a pause for these that don't know, and we can't find it.
I will find it, and we'll get the shout out to your name if you want to help me out, because I'm really bad with Twitter. I'm bad with social media and stuff. Either tweet me, which is Escobra184, or just tweet us at Dudes on a Porch, and let us know that you are the one that sent your reincarnation wish of being a super intelligent panda with a beer. A brew drinking panda. I like that. I love pandas, and I love the idea of. I like the idea of sitting on a porch with an intelligent panda drinking a beer.
Yeah,
Yeah, doesn't that sound amazing?
maybe.
I would have to say, can I please sit in your lap, panda? Can I curl up?
It would probably eat you.
It's intelligent.
So you can't deny the animalistic instincts. Rob.
Pandas are herbivores.
Are you sure?
Nope.
I have no idea.
I think they are, though. I think they eat bamboo.
Bamboo? Isn't that koala bear?
Yep. Realized that right after I said it. Thanks for. But I still think pandas eat like the eucalyptus or like
Yeah.
whatever. But either
Yeah.
way, yeah. I know for like I wouldn't have just pulled that out of nowhere. I know that actually is out there somewhere.
Sure, you just didn't dream it.
Yes. I didn't wear my panda sweatshirt, so there's no reason for me to have come up
You have
with
a
that.
panda sweatshirt?
I do indeed.
Really?
I like pandas.
It was on. Well, another person here did comment on the Book of Faces. It says we see a lot more hawks. HOCKS. I don't know what that. Hawks, maybe it was hawks.
Hawks probably. Wait, HCKS?
HOCKS. I don't know what that is.
That's not supposed to be hawks, but
Hawks. Hawks. That's what it says. After my grandpa died, our name means hawk in Italian, so it's comforting to say hi, Grandpa, when we see one. Who is this person? I don't know. Oh, never mind. I think I know what it says.
why don't you give them a shout out?
What if her name is Laura?
All right, thank you, Laura.
Thank you, Laura. I don't know what a hawk is. I know what
I think probably they probably did mean hawk. I don't know.
You
if
sure?
anything- No, I'm not. No, not at all. Because I would think that if they'd HOWKS, that would definitely be a misspelled.
It was
Well, get back to us, Laura. Let us know what you meant. We want to clear this up.
Yeah. Let us know what it means.
And if you're a mom, my mom's better than you, but happy Mother's Day.
Oh, jeez. Oh man, she's never gonna listen again.
I'm joking, Laura.
I'd be interested to see how many lady listeners we have. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Just be interested in it. Yeah, I don't know what else.
Less since I've become co-host.
What else? Right. No. I don't know what else has been going on, man. The world is getting stranger.
Wisconsin's trying to tackle our drinking image.
Yeah, so a little brew news here. Wisconsin's launching this initiative
It's called
to.
the high tolerance.
That's what it's called.
It's like high tolerance is what the there's like every day that they're doing, like Wisconsin Public Radio is doing a story about the alcohol
Consumption.
consumption issues, and it's like the whole. You know how we call like our other podcast is To Duchovny and Beyond, and that encapsulates the 3 podcasts.
Right.
And it's confusing. High tolerance is the
Oh, I
equivalent.
see.
Yeah, all the stories fall into this thing called high tolerance.
I really would love to work for WPR.
Yeah, me too. Except for I don't know how to research very well, and I'm not good at responsibility.
Yeah. I don't know.
I honestly thought about sending them something and saying, "Hey, we have a podcast about drinking a beer. We drink a beer every week."
A
and,
beer, right? We don't even.
Maybe
I don't even buy Sixers anymore.
Yeah, maybe you guys would want to do it. We could do an interview with you guys. And
I don't think, I think, obviously Wisconsin is pretty rich in drinking culture. You look on the fucking websites of the top 20 drunkest cities in America, and 12 of them are in Wisconsin.
This is why they're kind of tackling this right now, and
but it's not always it's not a negative. You don't have to spin it into a negative. Yes, there's a lot of negative things to it because people do drink and drive. People do stupid shit when they're drunk, and it's because of drinking. But I mean, look at all, and it's really across, I think, the country too. Like the beer industry, man, is booming because of stuff like this. You have individuals.
Yeah, but that's where you look at it as, is there propaganda that pushes? Because to me, I look at it and go, were we obviously we became the beer state just because there's not much to do in the winter and drinking is a big deal or whatever.
Yeah.
We became the beer state with that reputation. And then people started making jokes and started propagating it, as opposed to somebody a long time ago deciding, let's make beer our thing. Like, no, it was a society. As a society in Wisconsin, we decided that we were going to drink, or we like to drink.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I cut you off totally, and you look a little upset about it.
I'm not upset about it.
Well, you don't look upset about it. You look a little tired about it.
I'm always tired. I don't know, drinking really hasn't really impacted my life in too many negatives because I never. How
do you know? You've never gone through life without drinking.
Sure, I did. The first 13 years of my life. No. You're right, but I never. I've said stupid things when I was really drunk, and I've haven't done the smartest things. It was never anything too bad. But now at the crisp age of 28, closer to 29, but I enjoy drinking because of the social aspects of it. I enjoy the culture of trying just more beer culture. I don't like drinking hard alcohol, but I like trying different beers, and
I don't think that's what they're getting down to.
I know what they're
getting. That what they're trying to change is this idea of. I mean, Wisconsin isn't even allowed to compete in beer drinking competitions because, on a national level.
Well, that's trash.
But that's because we always win. And that's. But what they're trying.
The Patriots always win the Super Bowl. You don't see them getting cut out of the competition.
Well, I'm not. I'm just saying, what they're not trying to. I don't think. There's some things I don't agree with about what they're doing, but they're just trying to say, let's maybe lighten up on the jokes that every Wisconsinite drinks and that's okay. And
sure.
And because once you get to this point where you cross
it's like being Irish.
Yeah, when you cross a line and you go bad things happen where it's he was driving around, but his blood alcohol was only 0.1, so he was good to drive in Wisconsin.
Sure.
That's just I've never heard that. I'm just trying to, I can't.
I'm sure that joke has been made numerous times.
I can't think of a good one, but that's those are the bad things where it's we're in Wisconsin, so of course all 18-year-olds are going to have beer at their graduation parties, even though it's illegal for them to drink. One
of the first times I really indulged in a beer.
I changed your life possibly for the worse.
Graduation party.
Yep.
That's funny. That makes me laugh.
Yeah. All for my selfish need because I knew that 15 years later I was gonna be I was gonna be down on my luck. I was gonna be low in life, and I was like, I need to get some young ambitious person hooked on this sweet nectar, so that they create a podcast, which didn't exist at that point. So that he asked me to be his co-host, so that then I have something to live for.
This 8th grader is gonna be talking on the internet someday, and I want to be a part of it. Here, drink this Miller.
Yeah, yep.
The champagne of beers, of all beers, it's the champagne.
Yep. You know what I did do the other day?
Miller's fucking gross.
I called a Budweiser a shitty Czech bar.
Czech bar? Shitty Czech bar? Well, hand me that shitty Czech bar.
I definitely did that on
Intruder
Mother's
Green would
Day.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
I think he would.
I do think so too.
He's been interviewing some cool people.
Yeah, the Masked Intruder has also been doing some interesting. Like, I don't think that they're necessarily big name people, but
they're actually pretty popular
in that culture or whatever.
In punk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very.
See, I don't know that. I don't know enough about the band. I just know what the band like, because I haven't listened to all of them, but I listened to a few of them. I skip around.
Masked Intruder is yeah, that's all they do. They don't have other jobs. They're musicians.
Yeah, but I don't know. So I got the impression that maybe his show is just going to be him interviewing some friends.
Oh yeah, it is. It is him interviewing friends. A lot of them are in like.
I just don't know how big those friends are in that scene or whatever.
I don't know.
But you know more than that.
But he's talked to like some pretty cool people, like the drummer of Real Big Fish and the Interrupters, and stuff like that. Maybe?
Yeah, check out his show. It's good.
It is good.
Podcast.
Intruder Green podcast.
But yeah, I don't know. So I guess so. I sent that tweet out. That was supposed to be a joke, but not a joke at the same time. Don't drink and drive, is obviously. But I meant to shoot that out on my first tweet. It was gonna be my first tweet as Robert Phillips, I believe.
And you messed it up. You put it on the Dudes with Brews one.
I put it on the Dudes with Brews. Luckily, it just happened to be about drinking.
It was interesting because you tweeted that, and then yesterday we drove to Sun Prairie and then took the scenic route back. And because my GPS was...
Yeah, I think your GPS is drinking while GPSing.
But you noticed almost every single person that was texting and driving, you pointed it out.
Yeah, there were a lot of them.
There were. There's surprisingly a lot of people texting and driving. Not safe.
Very dangerous.
Could kill somebody.
Yep. I would not want to be the person that gets killed, but also I would never want to be the person that kills somebody because they needed to text somebody while they're driving.
Yeah.
I would never want, I think everybody has this fear, but I definitely have nightmares and used to see, especially when it was nighttime and there'd be raining, how the shadows get all weird when it's raining at night and you get the street lights and stuff. I would swear I'd see people in the street and I was so afraid of hitting a pedestrian. Just because of the guilt and the ramifications.
Maybe you did see those people.
I don't even want to say the ramifications
Spirits.
because I don't mean legally. I mean the ramifications of ending somebody's life potentially, or breaking their leg. Or I've been hit by a car. A guy hit me while I was on my bike, and then I jumped off the bike, luckily. And he drove for another 2 blocks with the bike underneath the van and was shooting sparks up probably 7 or 8 feet into the air behind the van. So maybe that's why I'm so afraid of it. But
yeah, I would I can't imagine what it's like to hit somebody, especially a child.
Yeah. Oh wait,
with a car.
You can't imagine it, huh?
No. Because I
have no idea what it would be like.
I don't need to imagine it.
Not even going, I don't know.
I lived it.
2 miles. You have to go back into the archives to hear that story.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no.
Driving's scary. And
have you ever hit anybody? Punch somebody?
Me, yeah.
Oh, you have?
Once.
Have you ever been punched?
Yeah.
I knew that you had been...
Trevor's...
oh, you got punched?
I got punched in the... Yeah, my nose was bleeding.
Oh, I thought you got...
kicked me in the face, too.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize it was that... for some reason, I get it mixed up with Ryan's story of being the slap bet.
No.
Slap, okay.
It wasn't slap bet. It was... I got sucker punched.
Yeah. So...
Case of mistaken identity. I think I talked about it before.
Yeah, you did. Yep. Yeah. You say that. You can retell it, though. It's fine. New listeners might want to hear it.
My friend punched me in the face.
Yeah, there we go.
And then I fell to the ground, and it was and then he kicked me in my eye.
I guess the big thing is why. Why? He thought you were...
He thought I was making out with his ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
Dumb. Don't punch people over that stuff.
It wasn't me.
Yeah. Maybe for the podcast, you'd be willing to do this for me. Would you punch me in the face?
No.
Why will nobody do this?
Why? No sane person has to get punched in the face.
You call me crazy?
Yeah,
I think those are fighting words.
That's
I think
that's a crazy thought.
Why?
Why the fuck you want to get punched in the... Have you never been punched in the face?
No.
Good for you.
I want to know what it's like.
Have you ever been punched?
No.
Imagine it on your face.
I'm very non-confrontational.
Good.
Yeah, but I feel like I missed out on something.
You missed out on nothing.
I want to know if I can pass that test.
Of getting punched in the face?
Yeah, I want to know what I can take. What if it happens out in the world someday? And it
hasn't yet.
But what if it does and I don't know how to do it?
When are you going to get punched in the face?
Comic-Con?
What the fuck? Comic-Con? How?
A lot of aggressive people at Comic-Con. Thanos, Venom, scary motherfuckers. Walleye Weekend. I could get punched at Walleye Weekend.
Why do you want to get punched?
I just want to know if I can take it.
I'm sure you would be fine.
I don't know, though.
A kid launched his bike into your leg and broke your leg, and the bone was sticking out, and you were fine.
But that was my leg. I worked those
Your
out.
fucking bone was sticking out of the out of the skin, dude.
But I couldn't feel that, so it doesn't count.
Okay.
All right, listeners, tell Drew or me if listeners you
want to feel what it feels like to get shot too? You want me to shoot you in the fucking shoulder?
Someday. Maybe in the foot.
Shoot you in the foot?
Yeah. Maybe not the foot. I don't know. The shot's a hard one because that's like you gotta go somewhere where it's not going to cause lifelong damage. But yeah. Tweet in and tell me if I'm crazy or if Drew's not seeing what I'm laying down because like, I've
been punched in the face one time.
We grew up in a culture.
I fell to the ground like a sack of potatoes. And my nose started bleeding all over my shirt.
But you know that you can take a punch.
I was really drunk when it happened, and
well, maybe it doesn't count then. I don't know.
Why do you need... I don't want to fight. I don't like violence.
I don't want to fight
unless
either.
It's in movies.
I'm also not a violent type person, but I don't know. I'm not asking for violence. I'm asking for a punch to the face.
That is violence. That's violent.
But it's not violence with the intention of hate or hurt. It's the intention.
It would hurt though.
But it's not about that. It's not about that.
You're like some sociopath. Are you harvesting people in your basement?
No, I just
you take care of it in the.
If
apartment.
I knew if that was the case, then I wouldn't need you to. I'm sure I could get one of them to punch me in the face.
Oh, well, they're dead.
Well, yeah.
You're gonna move? You should move here. You should take my place. No one's been killed in here that I know of.
Yeah, because your neighbors upstairs sound like great people.
They haven't killed anybody.
They're loud.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
And I know that they're loud on the wrong shift for me when I'm trying to sleep.
I was looking at my Facebook memories, and I posted a status about a year ago about how I was trying to sleep, and everyone was being very, very loud. People next to me were mowing their lawn. People above me were playing Linkin Park. And I thought about burying myself into the ground with a straw poking out for oxygen.
I think you need more than a straw. There's a lot easier.
Bugs Bunny can do it. I can do it.
There's a lot more, like a lot easier ways to drown out sound than to bury yourself.
I don't think so, Rob. I think that's the only possible and logical explanation and alternative to like just laying in my bed.
Man, you know that couch that's in my garage that you helped me move?
Mm-hmm. It's still in there?
It's in there, and man, dude, that couch is so comfortable. I've thought about going out there and sleeping so that it's darker because it's dark out there. I need to get that bad boy up into my apartment.
Okay.
I'm not asking you. I'm just telling you. I'll get somebody else.
Telling me to move it?
No, I wouldn't ask you. Again.
You helped me get a washer yesterday. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It's
a good time.
You were paid with an egg McMuffin.
McDonald's. It was,
and you also got a nice shower curtain out of the deal.
Yeah, I already put it up.
Did you?
Yeah.
Looks nice?
Yeah, it does. It makes it very dark in my shower, though.
I kind of like showering in the dark.
Yeah,
therapeutic.
Maybe this is why. Maybe I need to offset this. This is why I want to get punched in the face because I do this. I like to take baths with candles burning.
So you deserve to get punched in the face?
Well, it's like, it's a feminine energy being,
gives a shit?
being balanced out with masculine energy.
No.
I'm just saying maybe.
Nothing.
I don't know why my brain
Gender isn't real, Rob. It's all social constructs, dog. There are no borders. We're all sharing the same fucking
I'm not talking about gender. I was talking about
femininity and masculinity.
Yeah, they're different.
I like candles too. My wife bought incense, which I like.
Not a candle.
I like incense, but she bought like patchouli. It fucking smells horrible.
Yeah, because when you want to smell homeless, patchouli.
Huh?
I don't know. I always associate patchouli with dirty hippies. No, I'm
Speaking
just
of dirty hippies, we got.
I shouldn't leave it there because I don't like patchouli, but I don't mind. I have no problem with hippies, and I don't think that they're all dirty.
Speaking of hippies, we gotta talk Moody. So
we gotta wrap it up.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up.
Well, either way,
this is a weird episode.
I just wanted to add. Or
you think it plays out okay?
What?
How do you think this episode went? Did you hear that?
Yeah. It's
okay.
It's a siren. It's not a ghost. Don't worry. This episode?
Yeah. Is it all right?
Yeah, it's fine. It's good. It's great.
Right.
Amazing.
I'm very sleep deprived. Like, yesterday I don't know how much sleep I got. The day before I got like 4 hours.
Do you nap at work?
Fuck, I wish.
Take a little 14-minute nap on your break.
I used to. I don't anymore.
Do it.
I mean,
dude, it helps so much.
I've this whole week I've worked through the breaks.
You're not allowed. Well, you're not at union, so never mind. You are allowed to do that.
Right.
You need to sleep, man. This is all right. End of the show intervention. Like seriously, even if it means doing.
I have the honesty pillow, and now it's time to sleep.
Stop.
Rest your head.
Being serious.
Okay.
Even if we have to do Moody every other week, even if we have to do 2 or 3 episodes at a crack of this show, you need to find time and get some real sleep every couple days, like a couple days a week at least.
I'll sleep when I'm dead, Rob.
No, it's not acceptable.
And then you can do a strange brew about it. When I die, will you carry the show's legacy?
He never stops, you guys. It's always this will be a good podcast. I won't sleep for 20 days, and we'll podcast it, and then I'll get a new job where I jump up and down and skip because I'm ambitious and amazing, but I'm always tired. I love you, and I want to see you not tired once in my life. Just one time in my life.
I was dragging yesterday, dude.
Yeah, I was too. I was when you. Okay, I know that we got to wrap it up, but me and Drew tired together in a car with a British GPS giving us bad directions, and a kid in the back seat just like making the most crazy noises at pitches that are not supposed to be sustained for that long. It creates a situation where I have to go, we need to stop talking for a bit because I'm gonna say something I regret out of emotional anger, and I don't mean it, and I'm sorry.
He's just a 5-year-old kid who likes to talk.
It wasn't him. I was just saying the whole situation.
Yeah.
Was like it was just like on edge, and I felt like we were right on the breaking point of getting into a big fight about nothing.
The ride back was fine.
We were basically married on the way there.
The ride back was fine, though.
Yeah, the ride back was great.
Yeah. We were making fun of people in Sun Prairie.
Yeah.
I think that was a good one. Had some good jokes in there.
Yeah, it was a good day.
We drank raspberry milk stout by Left Hand Brewing Company, Colorado. Employee owned, righteously independent, trademarked. Are you really then independent if it's trademarked?
I have no idea how that works.
No,
the balance went away a little bit, like halfway through.
It's like a vanilla Coke. You get the really good balance in your first sips, and then your palate becomes a little adjusted to it, and then you get. But it's still
the raspberry stays in the aftertaste throughout.
But the stoutness never like overpowered.
Wanes, yeah.
It was always very balanced. I actually thoroughly enjoyed this beer. It's definitely, when it comes to the stouts that we've had, this is probably my favorite.
I would say
that I remember, but I can only remember what I ate for breakfast. So
the Dead and Dead was was probably my favorite.
That's like a bourbon one?
That was the Scotch one.
Yeah, that was a Scotch ale.
Scotch.
That's not a stout.
I thought that was a stout. It was dark.
Yeah, ales can be dark.
Oh, my bad. I don't know these things. 30 episodes. I don't know how many episodes I've been in either.
I don't know either, man.
But no, yeah, this was great. Really liked it.
Time isn't real, Rob. And if it is, I have no way of tracking it.
Somebody told me that the world is going. I know we shouldn't start something new here, but because the polar ice caps are melting, the Earth is going to start to spin faster. And what are we going to do about that? That's your assignment for next week. People, think about it. But yeah, I would drink this beer.
Me too.
Time's not real. I don't know. I always wondered how cavemen did that. Like, today was dark by the time I got to that rock. Tomorrow it's not, so the days must be getting longer. How did they know about the solstice and all that? I don't know. Something to think about. All right. I wish we would have started talking about that 20 minutes ago.
Pew pew audio. Goodbye, everyone.